So, as I said before, guys, the people are just jumping in. This is Accelerate over here on the. Dude, it's like opposite for me, so I'm like trying to go right, and it's really left. So,
Just stare the other way.
yeah, stare the other way. Yeah, this is Accelerate. Uh,
Probably could.
what's that?
There you go. Just yap like this.
Yeah, just yap to the side. Yeah,
Side profile.
show the jaw. Oh no, the jawline. This interview is just dedicated, sponsored by Accelerate's Jawline. Just wanted to let everybody know that. Off the rip, this is how this is. 10 out of 10. Oh, that fell. What? So here, I guess I can start this off here. I've always been kind of curious, and I always wanted to ask this. Where did you get Accelerate from?
So a lot of people immediately go like Ben 10, right? That's been like the running gag that I've had to fight for my life for
Mm-hmm.
since 2016. But it was always just like a cool acronym, not even an acronym, whatever they call that, that I had in the back of my head. And when the OG gamer tag release happened, when back in 2016 in May or March, when they went back and released all the tags that were stuck to legacy Xbox Live systems that had never been converted to 360s systems. They re-released all those. I originally just wanted to get Brady because that's my name, but
Mm-hmm.
then I was like, I gotta make it like something cool and like gamer, And then I was like, oh well, what about this one? And then I got it, and that was it. Like it was such like a random like I'll just do this one, like just to wing it,
Mm-hmm.
not freaking out over it, don't really care, and ended up obviously picking a good one
Oh yeah.
because it's worked really well so far. So
Oh yeah. No, it's always one thing I was kind of curious about, like where people get their names and stuff from. Like my buddy Dylan, who's his name's Walmart, and I'm like, bro, where did you like? But it's
mm, yeah, yeah, I've
WALMART.
seen his name.
Yeah, and I'm like, brother, how did you? He's like, I don't know. One day we just thought it was funny, and that was the name. And I was like, dude, that's so
It's
sick.
literally, I was like, I just thought it was cool.
I was like, way
They're
better
like,
than
no, you're a Ben 10 fan. I'm like, no, I just thought it was cool, man.
Ben. It's just, no, you're a Ben
God
10.
damn.
The lore of Accelerate. Ben 10 fan. All
Yeah.
right. But yeah, I think the first one I had was Lil Austin 502, and I was so proud of it. I was like, yeah, nobody took this name. This is so sick. Like, whatever. I was telling my friends, like, I got an Xbox. You guys want to add me? And they're like, yeah, what's your gamer tag? I'm like, oh, it's Lil Austin 502. What's yours? And they're like, oh, dude, mine is like Vapor Lord and something crazy. And I'm just
Yeah,
like,
always some gamer cringe. Yeah.
yeah. I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, I'll add you later on. Rampage. Like, see you later, brother.
Hmm.
um, but yeah, no, man. I was like, dude, I was like, I always got to know these things. It's just like that, like knowledge. It's just like let me know that in the future. Um, what was I gonna say too? So yeah, let's go. I'm trying to think here. Sorry, I'm just like totally brain farted, dude. That's so
Oh,
bad.
good. Got to bring your list.
I know it, bro. I have it. I have it in my notes. That's actually. I'm so glad you said that. Let's see.
I get the Joe Webrink experience.
Joe Webrink experience. I love it. Yes. You're the Eddie Bravo right now, dude. Uh, so here's a fun little question. If you had to experience one Halo for the first time all over again, which one would it be?
Ooh, I don't know. That's tough.
Mm-hmm. I was
Probably ODST.
ODST. Wow.
Yeah. Because that was like, well, so I had like special context that I didn't really know about the Halo universe that much and like the lore and whatnot. So that was my first campaign I ever played. And then I was just wandering around like I didn't know what the brutes were. I was like, these guys like weird science experiments. They're just giant like gorillas. Like what are they? And then the grunts and the engineers, like there's flying octopus in the sky. Like it was insane to have zero context and play through that like hiding from my life at night. I'm terrible at video games, like struggling on easy. Like that was an awesome experience with all the factors led into it. That and Halo 3 was also a really good one, but man,
I know.
I don't know.
It is a like I thought about it today, and I was like, dude, I just could. There's it's so hard to choose from, man. Like it is. It's so hard to pick one. Like I grew up mainly playing like Halo 3, and that was like my first like introduction to online because my mom thought online video games were bad, and I mean,
Yeah.
she like
Yeah,
now
I had that growing up too. Yep.
ugh.
Can't play any T for teen until you're teen.
Yeah, I swear,
Yeah.
dude. I used to have my I had to take my grandpa for my birthday, and he was like, we went to go get. It was funny. We went to go get Halo 2, and my mom like had a absolute meltdown over it. Like she was just like, "You can't do that," and like we were sitting there, and the dude was like, "You know, this game's rated M for mature." He's like, "What?" And he's like, "Just M for." He's like, "Yeah, sure, dude. It's cool. Like here's the game." He's like, "You know, there's blood in this, right?" And it was just, oh, dude, shout out my grandpa. It's just man,
Yeah.
man.
I had to finagle it with one of the WWE games. I think was rated T, and I was like, "What? Yeah, it came with the console. Like, how
Mhm.
you not gonna let me play this?
Right. Oh, it
Like,
was
we'll give
already
you
on
this
the.
one." Yeah, or I
Ah,
think it was that. Yeah, I that was like the one I had that was T that was allowed for whatever reason.
mhm.
It's because my uncle played it or something. I don't know. And they were like, "Okay, this one's not terrible."
It's not that bad. Let him play it.
Yeah.
You just had to get like a second opinion.
Oh yeah, yeah. My first rated M game wasn't even until I went over to my friend's house and I saw Call of Duty Zombies and was terrified.
Oh my god.
I was in like sixth grade or something like that, and like super sheltered. I'm like,
Call of
oh
Duty.
my god, that guy just lost his legs. Like never seen disbodiment ever. I was just,
Horrified.
I was like, you guys play this? It's like this is awful. This is terrifying.
Just dismembered. Dude throws a grenade. His
Yes.
whole leg
Like,
blows off.
oh my god.
This is in video games.
I'm over there as Rey Mysterio, like having a blast, thinking that was pretty gnarly.
You got Tommy over here blowing legs off left and right for
Yeah,
2 hours straight.
I was thrown very quickly into that. No adjustment time.
Oh, dude. I think the first one that really kind of made me like, oh my god. I think it was Gears of War. I watched my buddy and like.
Oh, that's so brutal. Oh god. I'm
Dude,
glad I didn't start with that.
that was.
I
I
still
think,
see stuff out of that game, and I'm like, jeez.
dude, the chainsaw. I watched him run up to this guy, and he's like, "Watch this. This is really cool." And it was like, he ran up and just like
You're
chainsawed one
like,
of the.
oh, I'm traumatized.
Dude, like cut him in half, and he just started laughing. And I'm pretty sure like I didn't go over his house for like the next 2 days because I was so freaked out. I was like,
Yeah.
I told my mom, I was like, if he comes to the door, tell him I'm not home. I'm so terrified, bro. Like, Tommy's gonna end up fucking losing his mind one day. And yeah, bro, that was my first intro to like M-rated games. I just couldn't. I was like, bro, I was so messed up by it. I was like, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I remember the first time running into the flood. Also,
Oh
like,
goodness.
yeah, dude. Yeah, that was a very good kickstart into M for sure.
Oh, dude, yeah. That the library just like sends everybody into a full stage panic. It's just and well, keys too. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I did not. Like that.
I never went back and played those campaigns until MCC. But
Really.
yeah. Yeah, my first like main campaign was 3 on the 360 in like 2011, I think 2010.
So it was 3.
Yep.
Whew. Good lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excluding ADST, which I played in 2010.
Oh, I think I.
But yeah, obviously going from like ODST, which is like pretty basic,
Mm-hmm.
to like you are watching people getting like swallowed alive by flood in 3. Like there's a big jump there that a lot of people don't realize. I was like, oh, they're like tentacles. They're like sea people or something. They're from the ocean. And then just watch like the marine get eaten alive. And I'm like, those are not sea people. Those, what am I looking at? Like, yeah.
They're not sea people. This is crazy.
Yeah, that was another young traumatizing moment for sure.
Oh, dude, I remember there was like, it was on Halo CE, and I think it was like I was a kid, and I think the hunters freaked me out so bad. It was like I'm pretty sure it was Silent Cartographer. I think that's I can't remember them. I'm bad about missions, but I remember there was like 2 of them walking around, and I literally refused to play the rest of it because I was so freaked out, dude. I was just like, I'm not gonna beat these guys. They're huge, and I'm just not doing it.
Yeah, you run into hunters in ODST on the, I think it's the first like non-Night City mission. It's Buck's mission.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, they're just like big monsters and they're like really tough. You know, like there's no problem. They didn't bother me for whatever reason. But yeah, the flood was like, shut my console off. I'm going to play the rest of this mission when the sun's out.
Yeah.
It's a little late for this.
Dude, I couldn't do it. Like, and then my other friends, they'd play like Resident Evil and shit, and I could not, dude. I just was like, bro, that's too much. Like, I don't know how you tolerate that or how do you play that on a regular basis, but like, all power to you. I can't do it. But no, man, it's wild. It's crazy. It's crazy that games can like evoke that emotion where you're just like, nah, bro, this is nah. I'll wait. I'll wait till the sun comes up. Everybody's awake. That way, I feel safe. Like that's.
I made it through Floodgate, and then I thought I was done. I was like, okay, we're on the Ark. It's like there's the beach and trees, and it's sunny. Like we're fine. And then whatever mission that is, we're at the top of the tower, and it comes like crashing in through the glass, and then the floods in the room. And I was like, I didn't understand it at first. I was like, oh, a big rock for whatever reason came through the glass. I don't know what the rock is, meteor or something, like whatever. And then like it starts and you hear all like the flood screeching, and I just like shut my 360 off and just went to bed. I was like,
dude.
I'll do it in the morning.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, that just unlocked a core memory for me.
I was like,
scream is horrible. I hate that scream.
I was like, we're fine. Nope.
Yeah, no.
Didn't even check if I saved. I just put my finger on the little green ring and went to sleep. Just like, I'll do it in the morning.
I'll try this again when the sun's up. That's so crazy.
And it's like, nope, I'll finish it tomorrow.
But it's like if you just know. Like that is just one of the like the introduction to the flood is just like the craziest thing, and there's like no like filling out process. Like it's just like boom, there you go.
Nope, you're in it. Yep.
Enjoy these big sea monsters.
Cold plunge.
Oh my goodness. So like, this is kind of a question I like too. Is what like when you like what's your favorite thing about creating content? Like overall, like if there's like one like thing like that you love the most out of it, like what is it and why?
Hearing the after effect of my content helping someone else. So like that's why I really like my performance content is when I'm streaming and someone comes into chat and they're like, hey dude, it's like some first time chatter, I have no idea who they are, and they're like, I watched your stuff and my game runs great and like I'm enjoying it and it's fun, like that. Like knowing that I took the time to like put out that information and as a result many people are having a better time on Halo, that is like the peak of being a creator, of just helping others and knowing that they're like you single-handedly helped their experience become so much better. Like that is always undefeated.
Oh yeah,
100%.
No. I can attest to it. I can vouch because I mean, ever since mine, dude, you like my game has ran so much better. It's like night and day difference. And it's because like before it would drop down to like 60 frames per second, and it was just like I was like, dude, come on, dude. What like this can't be. There's got to be something. Like I got to try something here.
Yeah, and it makes a big difference. Like a lot of people are like, oh well, you know, I'll just play better, like whoop de doo. But it's like you enjoy the game.
Oh yeah.
So much more.
100%. And it's just like that's like what I find really like dope about you is like you're like you have this like welcoming vibe. Like you don't feel like you can't be approached, like because some people you just jump in and you try to talk to them and they'll completely ignore you.
Yeah, they're like
yeah,
like leave alone, I'm playing.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Why are you even streaming? Like,
I don't have time for you, dweeb. Like it's just like okay,
yeah,
dude.
I hate people that do that.
Yeah, that's like that was the cool thing too, man. It was just like because I think we sat on a phone call for like maybe an hour and a half, and we just figured it out.
It was a while, yeah.
And it was just like boom, done.
Yeah, that's my one gripe is when people will go into other creators' chats and like ask a question, and the creator will just be like, "It's on my YouTube."
Oh, ew, yeah.
Or like, "Oh, go watch this." Like I will do that every once in a while if I'm in like something sweaty or I just don't have time or like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll usually be like, "Oh, it's due to X, Y, and Z." I'll explain a little bit. I'll be like, "I have a whole breakdown if you want like all the information, but like this is why." You know, like I'll answer their question and then give them the resources if they want to take it farther.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I'm never like, "Oh, have you tried watching 5 hours of my content?" Like that doesn't help anybody, you know?
No.
Like show them that you at least know something, and then, you know, if they just want to do the changes, they can do that. If they want to learn the theory and go farther, then like you have the resources for them.
100%. Yeah, because no, like it was just like, and like you walked me through it step by step, and like I said, dude, I know just enough to know that I got a CPU, a GPU, and RAM in there. That is like core like knowledge for me, and I can tell people what I got. Outside of that, it's like good luck, buddy. Like once it starts getting more technical side, I'm just like, I don't know. So what made you focus more so on like the performance side, like that area of gaming per se, I guess, because
No one else was.
no one else was.
Yeah, it was literally I think it started with I had a 3080, and I think it started with the CPU thing. I was like, why is it not using hyperthreading? Why is it not using all my cores? And then I like did some research, and I was like, oh, okay, apparently this is how the game engine just runs, which was apparently not true. And then it like really kicked off when the 4000s came around, and I was like, well, I have a 3080, and like, is it worth to get a 4090 or wait, or like, and like no one was testing Infinite. Like it had fallen off, so it wasn't on anybody's test bench. It wasn't on anybody's. There were some out there, but they were just so vague. It was like, we played Infinite at 1080p Ultra, but like it wouldn't tell you if it was campaign or what maps or like what else they did. And I was like, I'm just gonna buy one. Like I just bought a 4090. I was like, I'm just gonna buy a 4090 and find out. And if it's no improvement, then I'll just ship it back. And if it's game changing, then everyone will know. Either way, I'm gonna share it with everybody, and then just took off from there.
Oh, here we are. Yeah. No, I mean,
here we are.
I've always, yeah, because I was kind of curious. I was like, because like you said, there's nobody doing it, and like you said with the benchmarks, you don't know what they were doing. Like they don't say if it was campaign or multiplayer. It just says 1080p, full HD, ultra settings, boom, and it's like that's what it is. But
I came into Infinite knowing like nothing.
Really?
Like I knew how to like overclock, sorta. That was it. Like just turn your volts to 1.1. Run the scanner, like basic average Jimbo stuff. And then throughout this game, like everything I learn is just because there's a source of frustration where like there's a problem, no one knows why, no one's bothering to fix it. I guess I'll figure out how to fix it. And like that's how I found like, you know, the CPU bug where it's only using half the threads on everyone's processor. That was literally because I'm like, why is the game running like this? And it's not for other people. Like when I hopped into a call with Lucid and I was helping him with this stuff, and I looked at his CPU and I'm like, wait, his is running how it's like not supposed to run, which is the better. I'm like, well, how do I make everyone else's do that? And like no one understands what I'm talking about. The devs are like, oh, it's fine on my end. I don't know. I'm like, okay, well, something's here, something's happening. It's either just me or it's other people, whatever. And it's like 90% of the stuff I come up with is not because I'm like, you know what? I need a new idea, or I need you. Let's go do this. It's like I have this problem. It's frustrating. No one's doing anything about it. I guess I'm just gonna do it myself and just find out whatever about whatever.
Yeah. No, it's like I'm just gonna do it myself then. Like that's just the only way. And it's like I don't know. Like the whole time since I've been playing, like I've rarely, like I said, I've rarely had any issues that I've known. But then again, I'm still kind of very new to the more technical side of it. Like I've experienced crashes that I can't resolve and stuff like that. But as far as like the nitty gritty, it's like I never like until when you said like my CPU or whatever was running 100 degrees, or yeah, it was my CPU. When you was like it's running 100 degrees Celsius
at 100 Celsius, yeah, it's as
like,
high as they can physically run.
I'm like, dude, can we put that in Fahrenheit? And it's like 200. It's like, oh my god,
yeah, 200 degrees.
Yeah, that was just I just was like, bro,
that could boil water for sure.
Confirmed. You can make your ramen noodles with that hot water.
Yeah, you're definitely cooking food on that. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, dude. It's just one of those things. I've always been kind of curious too, because it's like it's a wild like. But it's just like there's so many like ins and outs, and like I would.
It's a rabbit hole.
I would get so frustrated because it feels like you could go down this rabbit hole, but then you go to like this one side and it's like there's nothing there. It's like then you gotta go to this other. It's like in and out, and it's like, bro, if I tried to do it, I would probably have my PC just upside down and just be like, yep, that's how I fixed it. 100%. That's the way to do it. So that's really cool, man. Like so, like overall, like how. I'm trying to think here. Let me go to the notes real quick. Let me see here. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Oh, so here's one. So how long have you necessarily been a part of the Halo community as far as like being a creator or doing stuff outside of being a creator, like helping with the community and stuff as such as that?
My involvement beyond just being a player, I
Mm-hmm.
think picked up in 2018.
Okay.
I want to say it was either late 2017 or early 2018. I think it was like February 2018. It all started with I was a I was like a very high up assistant to this Discord bot that would you could ping it and it would like do you like Halo trivia, tell you your stats. It was all built around like Halo 5. And then when the Halo Discord came out, when 343 was like, we're gonna launch a Discord, when that was becoming a corporate adopted thing, they were like, we want that bot, and the owner was brought in. He brought the bot in. They set it up and all that. It was just like a little plus one to the server, and they were like, well, we need more moderators and whatnot and all that. And the guy was like, oh, let's, I have this guy accelerate. Like, he's pretty chill. Let's bring him in. And I went in, met a lot of the other people, some people from 343 and whatnot. And then about a year later, when they were expanding their Waypoint team for probably, launch of Infinite, uh, they brought me on, and it just went from there. I started to get involved in more and more programs, getting deeper into the company and whatnot, and it just spiraled. And now my name's in the game, so it seems like the journey was pretty well worth it for me.
Oh, oh, 100%.
Yeah, literally just started as like, oh, I'm a little like plus one on this community project. Like,
Yeah. I mean,
I
that's
wrote trivia questions. it's and you go from that to like, yeah, it's crazy.
that's super cool, man. Like, yeah. So your name is in the credits at the end of the game, correct?
It's in the digital credits, so
Okay.
it's not in the games like the ones you watch.
Oh, okay.
Those were done. So those are pre-rendered. Like that's a video file you can literally just like pull out of the game.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
It's not like pulled from anywhere, and those were done like before anybody in any like external or connected groups decided to get like before they decided they were going to get credited.
Mm-hmm.
So my name is like, yes, it's in the credits, but it's not in the ones you see in game. It's on Waypoint. It's like the
Okay.
digital Waypoint credits that get like amended every year when someone contributes something big or anything
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Still, but that's cool,
Yeah.
man. Like to be a part of something to where it's like your favorite, like your, because I'm obviously it's your favorite
Yeah, that was the
franchise.
big moment. I was like, "Mom, look."
Yes.
She's like, "I don't know what I'm looking at." I'm like, "I'm my name. It's like a movie."
So are your parents like super supportive of like what you do?
Yeah. Well, I just have my mom, but
Okay.
she's very very supportive of everything, and she's very proud of me. She tells me all the time,
That's
flexes me to her friends and whatnot.
yeah. Look what my son did. Yeah, this is my
He's like,
son.
he helps them, I think, with the game or something. He's a big streamer.
Oh,
Like, yeah, something like that.
that's awesome, man. So like, has she always been super supportive of like video games and doing your like pursuing what you want?
She never really cared what I did as long as it was just something I was passionate about,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously it was like not bad for me or anything like that.
Right.
Like as long as I was happy and doing good work, then that's all she really cared about. So
I gotcha. Yeah.
I
Aside,
lucked out there, yo. I didn't. Growing, my dad was a bit of a he didn't hate me playing video games, but he definitely was like, "Oh, you shouldn't play them as much," and no gaming past 10 o'clock and all that.
mm-hmm.
He would probably be proud of me now if he got to see like how far I've gone, but it might have been a little rough in the beginning.
Oh yeah. I just feel like nowadays like there's that stigma, where parents are like, well, because like even my mom and dad didn't understand like back then when I was just playing games with my friends like hours
Yeah,
on end. They're just like, I don't get it. Why are you doing this? Like you could be doing so much other like more other stuff and whatever. And but
yeah. It was a bit more taboo back then,
mm-hmm.
just in general, to be like gaming past like 12 or
Yes.
13.
Oh yeah, dude. I had times where I was like, dude, I
Like, you're
played.
wasting your life.
What are you doing, man? You're
Like,
running my
well, you
electric
say that, but
bill.
you're like watching TV right now. Like, I don't know, whatever.
I had
Fell asleep watching golf.
I'll never forget like my fell asleep watching golf is crazy. I remember like my mom, dude, like this was like prime Xbox 360 days, and we were staying at my grandpa's, and she had came in there, and it had been like I had one of those late night gaming sessions. Like I was like I had bought like a 4 pack of Monster, and I was like, oh, tonight's the night, we're grinding, and it was Halo 4. And I was just playing just nonstop for just hours. And I remember like at one point, like I woke up with my headset like in front of my eyes, like the Xbox 360 headset, like just down. I was sitting straight up, had my controller
Passed
in my lap.
out gaming.
Oh, just just out, dude. And
Heck
my mom
yeah.
was like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, she's like, Austin, like what, trying to like moving me like I was dead. Like she was just like moving, like trying to shake me. I'm like, yeah, I'm good, I'm good. And I was just like worried about like what game I was in and how much like stuff. If I thought I got banned because I was just inactive for so long, I was, oh, it was all over the place. It was so bad.
You're like, I'm great.
Yeah. If only you know what I just remembered from the last game that I had, how good I did.
I just opened the stream. Are you standing behind a desk?
I am, dude. I gotta
take it over here. It looks better.
I gotta stand up because my dude, like, I had all that Mexican food, bro. I'm just trying to keep it just good. We're good, brother. We're good. You know what I'm saying?
That is insane.
Oh, dude, you have to, man. Have to. Because if not, dude, if I sit down, I'll just get too comfortable and I'll be like, ugh, like, just feel gross.
Fall asleep, man.
Oh, no, just feel gross.
Gotta keep moving.
Yeah, keep her going, dude. Oh, man. That's crazy. I just, I couldn't do it. There's no way. Trying to think, dude. I don't know if you've done this, but dude, do you remember any of like your old Xbox friends from like just back in the day that like I have one person that I still talk to back from like 2008 that I still play like Halo with occasionally, but it was random, dude. I messaged him and I was like, it was like one of those moments, dude. It's like, I remember your gamer tag, and he still had the same gamer tag. And I was like, bro, I was like, please, this is Austin. I don't know if you remember me, little Austin 502 from back in the day. Like, if you'd like to play, bro, please hit me up. And it, like weeks had gone by, and then randomly one day I got a message, and he was like, dude, no way, like what? Like this is crazy. He's like, I couldn't believe you're still. I was like, dude, yeah, like dude, oh, it was like such like it felt so. It was like one of those feel good moments. I was like, I'm so glad, dude, you're still like fucking playing video games, and I'm not the only one from the group. So
I have a couple. I remember a lot of people from back then. Most of them aren't around anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there was one time where I was running like, I think we were doing like a grassroots play date or like a tournament or something. It was something a bit more serious than just playing.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy who I played Halo 4 with for like, and Halo 5 with for years,
Mm-hmm.
just hops in to my lobby
Mm-hmm.
and starts playing. For the first time I've seen him in probably 6 years.
6
Just
years.
like a regular Wednesday, just hops in and just starts. And I'm like, what are you doing here? Like, he just didn't say a word. He's just romping around, shooting stuff, like flipping hogs. I'm like, and then they ended up kicking him out because they were like, what's this random guy doing here? But that's one of those moments where I was like, just like a Wednesday, haven't talked in 6 years. He just pops in.
Pops in, starts flipping hogs, causing a ruckus.
Yeah, most of the people I game with either don't play Halo anymore or they're just not around.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Yeah, I do have a couple who are waiting for like the next game
Mm-hmm.
to maybe come back to Halo, but yeah.
So
Basically me and chat.
yeah, I know that. I totally get that. Like, so I guess that's a good question to ask next is how do you feel like confident with 343 in the next Halo? Because I've heard, I don't know if it's confirmed. It's just because I've just getting to the point where I can't even search Halo Infinite anymore without like doom scrolling. So it's just like I see this, I see that, I hear this, I hear
Mm-hmm.
that, and they're like, well, 343 is not doing they're just doing the publishing now. They're not necessarily in charge of development. So I don't know exactly, but I mean, I loved Halo Infinite from beginning to end. Like I haven't never really had any complaints. So I guess that comes back to like, how do you feel? Do you feel confident? Are you feeling kind of anxious, worried? Like, how are you feeling?
So they definitely have all the tools to make the game like the best possible game. They're supposedly switching to Unreal. Pierre's at the head. That's the first new, well, Pierre and all his sub leadership, their whole leadership got replaced for the first time since 343 was formed. So basically, an entire new company. Um, the Xbox One is done.
Mm-hmm.
In July 2023, they ceased Gen 8 development for first party. So next Halo is going to most likely be just Series S, Series X, PC, maybe some new console that's around. But even if the lowest common denominator is the S, that's still so much better than like the one was.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Obviously, they can go through learning pains and leadership troubles again, and possibly repeat mistakes and whatnot. But assuming they don't make any mistakes like that, then this would probably be the best product I think 343's made, in the sense of it will be the easiest for them to uh, put in new content, make new content, QA it, troubleshoot, like anything from the actual content to the engine with Unreal. And then there's just I think, much better decision makers at the head right now. And you can already see that kind of trickle in the game where, like, Operation Fleecom, we got like 20 different sandbox changes. It's more than I think we've ever had combined of all the updates prior, right? Because they're like, all right, let's just rip the sandbox wide open and start, actually addressing things based on community feedback, and not just like, are the pros content, right? Yes, don't touch it. Like, we're actually, iterating on the game and whatnot. So I think the next game will probably be, hopefully, their best product. I know it's pretty cliche, like, oh, this game's gonna be the best one yet,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think this one has the chance to be the best one. So we'll see.
Yeah, and I mean, I agree. I mean, I felt like the only thing that kind of bothered me, obviously, was the delay at launch because I was like super excited, dude. I had taken off work for
Mm-hmm.
like 2 weeks in a row because I was like, oh yeah, I'm gaming, right? And then I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
oh no, like it's not coming out, and I was like freaking out,
yeah.
and I was like, no, what am I gonna do? But yeah, I don't know. I always feel like there's a problem as far as like there's because it's always been like, oh, 343 fanboy or Bungie,
Mm.
whatever, that whole big debacle with them too. And I've always felt like, I tell this to people all the time. I said, like, you can like who you like, and that's totally fine. But, like, I was telling somebody, I was like, dude, comparing, like, because if you're like 343 and they're giving you this giant IP that is, like, arguably the best FPS to ever exist, right? And you, you're given this IP, like, you can't make a clone 3 4 or a clone Bungie game every time. Like, you would want to put something in there that's like, oh, this is what I made. Like 343 put their mark on it. Aside from, okay, let's just keep doing what Bungie did. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
and I just feel like
Yeah, you
that's
got
what.
it. You got it right. And the reality of Halo, unfortunately, their position now is they have an aged audience, and you see this a lot in like YouTube metrics from all the creators. Is like the majority of people watching Halo content are like 29 to 35, 39 years old, right?
Right.
Because the prior games have failed to adopt newer audiences, and a lot of people are like, well, we don't need new audiences, we need to appeal to like the core audience. But it's like the core audience is just continuously like growing smaller and smaller every year. They're phasing out, and they're the only ones because it's capturing no new audience at all. So
Mm-hmm.
I think, and it seems like I wouldn't put it past this leadership to actually genuinely understand that, and understand that they have to capture a lot of the newer audience, the 15 to 20 year olds, 20 to 25-year olds, to genuinely bring Halo back into like a top 20 spotlight,
Mm-hmm.
and not just build like another Halo game. Because every title we always have, like, if they just made a Halo game, right? They tried Warzone. If they had just made a Halo game, they tried Infinite, and if they had just made a good Halo game. It's like, realistically, if they just make another Halo game, it's gonna launch. It'll probably have like a okay to successful launch. It'll die off in 2 or 3 months, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
at that point, Phil might just be tired at that point. Who knows? I
yeah.
just can't it.
It's just so hard, man. Like, that's what I tell myself too. And I'm like, if you would have told me like back when I was like, I think probably like 11, that I'd still be playing this same like title, I would have literally laughed and be like, dude, I've been playing like something else, bro. There's no way. I'd still be playing Madden. Like that was before Halo, bro. I was playing Madden and
Hmm.
just kicking my dad's ass on a regular with Michael Vick, dude, and he just hated it. He stopped playing like against me just because of that reason. Like, and then I finally found that, and I was just like, ugh. But yeah, that's just the thing, man. It's just like I hate it too because it just sucks, man. Like I like genuinely like to look like back like forever ago. I used to like just look type in Halo Infinite, and I would just go through videos and just have them on autoplay all day through work, and there was just like people just saying like, "Oh, this is awesome, this is dope, this is that," and it's like now if you type it, it's just like, "Oh, this is that, this is that," like, and I mean, I get it, like but it's something to where it's like it gets to a point where like you're never gonna like we're never gonna be able to get more. I feel like you won't be able to get more people involved in Halo if all they see is like when they type in Halo Infinite, it's just like this is bad. What did 343
Yeah.
do? This is and it
I
just
think part of
sucks.
that as a creator is like sort of defying that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's been my main focus for the past couple months is certain people who I know are never happy. I mute them or I just, I make it to where my feed is mostly good
Yeah.
creators and good interactions and people who are positive and are making the best of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
I still get a lot of comments. Like I post about the two new guns and I got plenty of comments and people are like, Halo's such a failure, blah blah blah. Why are we hyping up
Mm-hmm.
cosmetics,
Mm-hmm.
shop, things cost money, blah blah. But for me, for every one of those, I would get two or three people who are like, "That's so dope! Like that's in the shop right now." So it's
Oh
like
yeah.
focusing on the positive, and you don't have to build yourself into a bubble. Obviously, like I don't go and like block every bad comment. I usually just ignore them. I just
Right.
let them exist on the feed. But uh, building yourself a good circle with people who love the game and people who encourage each other to be good creators and have good ideas and grow rather than surrounding yourself with people who are complaining
Yeah.
or miserable or whatever. It does you wonders
Mm-hmm.
creatively.
Oh yeah. No.
So,
100%. And I think it's just like you bring like whatever energy you're looking for, you're gonna find it, and if you let it like if you just fall into the negative, you're always gonna be negative about it. You're fall into
mhm.
positive, you're always gonna be positive about it. Like I tell like dude, like my thing is, dude, like I went to my first event this year, and like I've always wanted to go since I was a kid. So like the little like 11-year-old in me was like screaming internally, like going into the venue, like I was just so excited to see everybody and this and that. And it's like I hate when they say like it's the game, like they're like, oh, the game's dead, this and that. But like, bro, like I went to that event and I was just like so like excited. I was just like loved it. It like because I said it in real life Spartans chat, and I was telling him, I was like, dude, I went to my first event, this and that. And he's like, oh, you got the itch, don't you? I was like, dude, I want to go to every single one. Like I just don't want to miss one. Like I have so much
Mhm.
FOMO from missing this one, but it is what it is, but like it's just like I feel like the community makes like obviously it's like the community makes the game so much better. Like if you surround yourself with just great people, like there's I could sit here and name people for 20 minutes about who the great people are and this and that, but like I don't know, man. It's just a really cool. Like I couldn't see myself playing like being surrounded with another community other than the Halo community just because of that specific reason. Like it's like I've never ran into a Halo streamer and then be like, no, like let's play, or like no, we can't play. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
just they're always very
Oh,
welcoming
you'll
and
hit
stuff like
those
that.
eventually. I'll tell you that. But
Yeah.
there's definitely some of those. But
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
most of them are really good.
Yeah. No, I mean, so I guess this is a good another one. When did you start streaming? Like when was the first time you were like, I'm gonna press go live? This is it. Like
I
was it Halo?
experimented with like streaming. I think I streamed a couple. Twitch Tracker says I apparently started streaming in like 2016 or something. I probably went live a couple times on like my console. You could like stream to Twitch from console and whatnot. It's super primitive.
Right.
Um, I tried in October 2020 or it's October November when Halo 3 came out, and uh, it was cut short because I think I only streamed for like 3 weeks
Mm-hmm.
because I got really sick and ran into a huge medical issue and whatnot. And
Oh no.
uh, it wasn't until May 7th. I was originally planning to return to streaming June 1st.
Okay.
And it was because I was super sick and bedbound and a whole bunch of nasty stuff, and I ended up getting healthy enough. And I was like, I'm gonna return. Like, I'm gonna get into content creating June 1st. Like, I'm gonna try again. Like, I got cut short, but it wasn't my fault. I'm gonna do it.
Hmm.
And then I was like, why am I waiting? Like, I'm healthy enough now. I was like, I'm just gonna go live tomorrow.
Right.
I just figured out. And May 7th, that was the first day. Like, every time I go to like Twitch tracker or my stream statistics on Twitch's end, and like I try to like see my growth over time, I always set it to that date. That's the first day, and like an 8 month stretch I went live, and then I just track back everything, and that was the first day. So every May, like second week of May, I have like a anniversary thing. That's when I hold subathons and whatnot. So
Oh hell yeah, dude.
it's
That,
pretty dope.
yeah, that is, man. And so you said you were just super sick, and it was just like
Yeah, really complicated issue
okay,
came up
I
health
got you.
wise, but
Oof. Well, I'm glad you're okay, man.
all good now.
That sucks. Oh, I couldn't imagine. So did you, whenever you first started, were you cam or no cam?
I always had a cam.
Always
Yeah,
had a cam. Okay.
it didn't have one. I think when I like initially started, because I just didn't have one yet.
Right.
But as soon as I got one, never turned it off.
Really.
Like always streamed with a cam. Yeah.
Yeah. I always
So I
wondered.
was always from like when I would watch streams, I'd be like, well, the ones with cameras are like way more entertaining than the ones without it, even if the gameplay's better or they're funnier or whatever. And I was like,
Yeah.
so if I'm trying to be a creator, why would I not use a camera?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't mind it. Like if people do the no cams, that's cool. Like do your own thing. But at the same time, it's like I feel like there's a little bit of a disconnect because like it's just like seeing people's like reactions to certain things is just either the most
Yeah,
it's like the
it's
most
just
funniest
not as
things.
personal.
Yeah. No, I agree. That's a fair take.
Like, there's a reason we FaceTime people rather than call people, even though it's the same exact function.
I never thought about that. Yeah, that
Yeah,
is true.
that is the perfect analogy to use.
Hmm.
Right? FaceTimes feel more personal and better and more connected. It's happier.
Yeah.
You're not just sitting there listening, you're watching as well. So it's the same thing with streaming.
Yeah, 100%.
A lot of people fight you on that, but
Really?
I'm not here to argue. Yeah, some people are like, "Oh, cams don't matter. You can be just as good without a cam." I'm team like you are hurting yourself by not using one, but
Yeah.
that's what it is.
I no, I mean I won't fight you on that one. I agree wholeheartedly. I don't know. It's like it's just cool to like I said it's just like beating a dead horse. It's like it's just cool to see the reactions to certain like events. Like you'll see people that get rated and they get all excited and it's just like it feels good. And then you'll like go in there and talk to them and you'll see them laugh and it's just like oh this is so dope, man. Like this is so cool. And yeah, it's wild, man. Like I don't know.
For me, another thing too is like my camera allows people to watch me play, like move my arm around and
Yes.
whatnot, and that intrigues a lot of people. So I was like, I'm definitely keeping this on like forever,
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
right? Because it's not just my reactions too; it's watching me physically play it.
Yeah. That's actually leads right into my next one. When did you switch from controller to keyboard and mouse, and why did you do it?
I swapped for like a combination reason, so it was. I was always I always liked the big modes, Battlefield and Warzone and whatnot. So like that's why I play BTB nowadays. It's just the experience I like.
Right.
And as a result, usually when you play the big modes on controller, you're always playing a lower sense because then you have more range. And my one annoyance was like, well, I have more range, but I'm still not like perfectly precise, especially if I don't have like red reticle. And then I can't turn around either. Like you like slow turn when you're trying to like 180, you know? And I started watching mouse and keyboard players like back in like 2019, I think. And I was like, well, these guys can be like a pixel perfect a mile out and then also 180 in the blink of an eye. I'm like, this looks awesome because it's like the best of both. There's no downside. And then I knew I wanted to go into content creation. I wanted to take gaming farther. And at that point, like you basically you have to go to console to PC. Like you can be a content creator and like just own a console, but like you're you're seriously setting yourself up for a tougher journey. So I was like, I'll get a PC, I'll get a mouse and keyboard. Like we'll do all this. Sometime in 2019. It was like the first half of 2019, and went and played Siege, and that was a mistake because that is not a game you learn very fast on. Like you just sit in corners and wait most of the time. Very very bad game to start learning mouse and keyboard on it. And then I went to Overwatch, and that's when I did a lot of my development and all that. And then when MCC came to PC, everything went on from there. Am I gone? I can't hear you.
Oh, dude, I literally just I muted myself because my fan was going on, and I was just like, oh, let me just mute and be kind of courteous, and then it's just like I'm sitting here like just muted, golden.
Nice.
I'm doing great. No, the thing was like I was like I when you said like you know how people are so snappy with their movements and stuff, dude, it's like I watch people play keyboard and mouse, and I have a irrational fear that they're just gonna fling their mouse just straight into
180 reversal.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know how, and I just like bro, like I give it to you, like I just can't. And I think too, it messes me up is the actual keyboard. So like trying to get used to that too is just like another thing.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that mouse is the easier part of the two to learn. Mouse is easy. The keyboard's the tough part.
Yeah.
I think it's why a lot of people try like hybrid movement or like, you know, like they try and like change up that keyboard. They're like, I can't move as smooth and all. It's just because the keyboard takes so long to learn and really dial everything in and really master it. You end up bringing your hand back into the wrong spot or like reloading on accident and swapping weapons when you don't. Like it takes a lot of practice. The mouse is just like, it's just a speed thing. It's memorizing how fast and how far. That's it. There's no like turning or anything like that. It's much more simple than the keyboard.
Oh yeah, no, dude. I think like I 100% because like when I do the mouse, I'm like I'll play snipers and I'm like, oh, this is like point and click.
Yeah, like
it's
I'm
like
killing everybody. Yeah.
But like, good luck me trying to like slide and do like a G slide like I do on the controller because I'm just going right off the map or jumping straight off. Like, there's just no way.
Yeah, it takes a lot of practice.
100%. I just I'm trying to think too, because it's like I really love like thing is too. I really love talking like more like the creator side of things because I think it's like it's so interesting like how some people go about the way like what's your creative process into like making a video. Like do you start with recording? Do you do like some people just start with thumbnails straight off the rip, some people start with titles, and they'll like what's your like process into that?
I'll just get like an idea and I'm like, yeah, I definitely want to turn that into content. And then what I usually do is do like a small trial run where like say it's a performance video. I'm like, let me actually test what I'm like talking about and theoretically thinking about and like, is it actually there? Is it not? Like what's going on? Is it actually a phenomenon or am I just head casing about something? And then bringing it to life is like, okay, well, like right now at the performance league, it's like, okay, it looks like it is a thing. Let's take it apart a little farther. And then I start recording the performance of like multiple menus. And I'm like, okay, well, now the performance is different than all the menus. It's not just a leak in the game. Like it's all about like collecting all my data, seeing what's actually happening. And then, I'd say like the last part is just recording everything and voicing over, making it look presentable, presenting all my findings, just like a science project essentially. But with like the sandbox one, basically the same thing is me. Like I'll take like a minute. I'll be like, what does it sound like if I make a sandbox update video and I sort of make a theoretical like rough draft and I'm like, yeah, let's make this into a video and then just hit the ground running. It's usually like I literally just wing it for the most part. Just go step by step. I'm like, this works, and then all of a sudden I have a YouTube video.
Hell yeah. I mean, I like it straightforward. I mean, like I feel like the videos where you just wing it just are like so much like better than what they are. It's like if you try to script it out, write it out, then you'll be like, okay, that didn't sound right. Let me go back and rewrite. Like, it's like, no, bro. Like, let me just look at the camera, face it, and just be like, let's just put this all out there, no matter how it sounds.
Twitter's probably the only platform where I will get an idea in the middle of the day and I'll just open my phone and tweet it.
Yeah.
Like I just, whatever hits my head whenever. Like that's 80% of my tweets is just me going like, I think I made a good tweet. And I just tweeted out. And people were like, I agree with this guy. Like,
Yeah, it sounds
that was
good.
definitely, I thought about it a long time. Trust me.
It sounds good in my head. Everybody else is gonna think
Yeah.
the same thing for sure, 100%.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. I always kind of thought, dude, like, cause I feel like now Twitter's starting to be like a more like it's like actually starting to be like a more prevalent source to like where people are finding content, because they're like being able to like repost it and being able to like comment under it and stuff. It's like essentially the same thing, which it's hard to compete with YouTube, obviously, because I mean just every phone has it pre-installed, this and that, whatever. But like I feel like a lot more people are starting to take advantage of the whole Twitter. What is it? What was it? OJ called it Twitter world. Twitter world. Oh, Twitter world.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like
The
more
X-verse.
Yeah, the X-verse. Yeah. I feel like a lot more people are taking advantage of that, and I don't know, man. It's so if you had in like long-term goals, man, like if you had to stick with one platform like YouTube, Twitch, um, X, if there was like a street, like just somewhere like you had to stay and put all your content there, which one would it be?
Probably Twitch.
Twitch.
Yeah, because Twitch, you can do a whole variety of content. You can do gaming, you can do news, you can just play games, you can just talk. And it's like Twitter is more so like news and information. Like it's the same thing with YouTube. YouTube is educational content guides, right? And like drama and news. That's pretty much it.
Right.
Twitch has like everything. Twitch has, I mean, you have news, right? You have Hassan. He did that for so long. I think he still does it. You have generic gaming. You've got, like the drama. You got phase and all that. Like everything of all types flourish on Twitch. Like I feel like I would not be as creatively limited in the future. And then I don't know. It seems as funny enough with all the weird decisions they make. It seems like Twitch will probably they might financially go under, but like in terms of how people receive it, Twitch will just stay prevalent. I think for a lot longer. Like I don't know if Musk is going to completely destroy Twitter in like a year here.
Yeah.
Like, who knows?
No, I
You
don't.
know?
I don't think so either. And I like the same thing. I like same thing with like TikTok, Instagram. Like don't get me wrong, it's not a bad idea to ever just like diversify and push all your stuff out to different platforms. But like at the same time, it's kind of like I always have that fear of like, oh, then come watch me here. Oh wait, come watch me here. Come watch me here. Come watch me here. Like it's like so like I'm actually glad you said Twitch, because I was kind of like. I was thinking it's like YouTube, but then what you said makes a lot of sense, because like you said, it's just like you got your news, you have your gaming news, you have like, and all these like IGN, all these big names, they all come on here and they'll go live and they'll tell you everything you need to know. Like they stream E3, or not E3, I'm sorry, they stream like Gamescom, they'll stream all those big events.
Rip
it's just like
E3.
yeah, I know. I heard those were actually super exciting to go to and stuff like that. And
I've never been to one. I wouldn't know.
yeah, me neither. So hey, it makes two of us.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Did you so I guess did you watch when Halo Infinite got revealed on the E3 presser?
I did. Yeah, I was so excited.
Yeah.
Way more than obviously was warranted, but
Yeah.
I was very, very excited.
Oh yeah, dude. I remember it. I was like, dude, I couldn't believe it. I was so excited. I was like, dude, a new Halo game. And like, oh, bro, I was just over the moon. I couldn't believe it. Like anytime something Halo related comes up, like the Halo TV show going under, I was kind of upset, dude. I was like, dude, like I felt like it was just one of those things where people are like, you're not doing it right, man. This is how you be Master Chief. This. I'm like, bro, like just like enjoy it, please, like, because I've been wanting this for so long, and
that's apparently still it's a thing. So I think didn't Paramount streaming go under, or they're like about to?
Their streaming service is about to go under. Yeah.
So Paramount canceled their contract with Halo, but Halo is still looking for a place for that show. Like it's not canceled on Microsoft's end. That's more of a Paramount thing, and I think it's wise because the platform is just bleeding money, or at least not recuperating it back. So
Yeah, because
I bet we'll probably maybe one day see season 3, or at least some kind of wrap to it.
Mhm.
I don't think anyone would really care if we don't. But
Yeah, no, not really, man. Yeah, like in the end, it's just. I feel like it'll just fizzle out. But it was cool to have it for that, like just
yeah.
that one little span of time. And I was just like, every Thursday, I was like, baby, don't worry about it. We ain't doing nothing today. I'm just gonna sit in front of the TV and just not do shit. It's 7 o'clock. Like,
Watch Halo.
yeah. I tried to get her to watch it, and she was just like, so who? Like, she didn't. She was like, I'm not sure who this guy is, and she was talking about Master Chief, and she was like, is he like Darth Vader
That's
or something?
insane.
And I was like, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Like, I'm like calling him Darth Vader, like fucking sent me over the edge. I was like, bro, you don't talk about him like that. Like, it was so funny. And then she calls the elites, she calls them Halo dudes, and it's just the funniest thing, dude.
What a casualty.
Dude, I know, casual, dude, stupid noob. uh, it's so cool though, because I have a buddy who hasn't ever played Halo a day in his life, and I finally convinced him. He's got an Xbox, and he's supposed to play it sometime soon. I'm super excited because I'm like, dude, I said I just want to know what you're first, because he's playing Halo CE first. I told him, I was like, if you're gonna play it, play CE first, and then go from there. And I was like, just let me know what you think. And I'm so excited to hear what he says. Like, I don't know. That's like one thing, man. Like when I asked you earlier, like if there's one game you could experience it like just one time again, it would just be Halo CE, because I'll never forget like running across the bridge after you just hit the side of that hill, and you walk across that bridge and you can like look up and see the ring, and it's just like, whoa, dude, that's so crazy. That's so wild.
Yeah, definitely be ODST for me. I think even now, more so now, because as an adult, like I love the rain and thunderstorms and stuff that I didn't quite appreciate as much as when I was younger. So like I would love that game.
Yeah,
now.
Soundtrack was just incredible. It was just, oh my god. I always tell people, I was like, I always felt ODST was just criminally underrated, because like nobody would just be like, they're like, no man, it's not. It didn't have multiplayer. I'm like, dude, you couldn't just enjoy the storyline. Like we had firefight, storyline was great, music was great, like the rookie was great. Like you can't.
R.I.P. again.
Yeah, yeah, R.I.P. times 2. Oh man. Yeah, no, man. I mean, personally, with like Halo and the direction it's going, I mean, I'm excited, because it's like one thing if they were just like not listening to the community, not doing stuff, like, because when like obviously you have those people out there that are just like just benign and just negative no matter what type of feedback they give. But then you have people out there that are like, yo, can we like lower the store prices? Can we do this? Can we do that? And they're like, yeah, cool, we'll do that. But like, it'd be one thing if they didn't do it, and they're, it's obviously they care about the franchise, because if they didn't care, then they would just be like, nah, figure it out. You'll be all right. Like, we need our money.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Hope that gets better too. The shop was very rough this update.
Very
expensive.
$32 for a bundle was, it was a little expensive. But
yeah, I went back and looked at like the old super bundles, and I'm like, dude, it was like 2,200, and you would get like 3 sets. It's like, God.
Where have we?
Damn it!
How far have we strayed?
I mean, it's clearly working because they keep making operations, so it's clearly they're making money.
Oh, 100%. So, well, I mean, it's like, yeah.
As long as I get content, I guess I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just really looking forward to the next one. I mean, I no telling when we'll hear something, because I know a lot of people were really looking forward towards the I guess the Xbox showcase. They were thinking there was gonna be some type of little tidbit, something. But I mean, I don't know, man. Like you said, I feel like the next one. But like I said, I feel like their next one, dude, like you said, is just gonna be a lot better than what a lot of people are projecting it to be. Just because it's sole fact, it's just like, oh, you did this wrong, like, it's like, bro.
There are so many factors that resulted in repetitive mistakes. Primarily due to leadership, and now that that leadership is gone, I have no reason to believe they will repeat those mistakes, but you never know.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's like a toss-up, because like you said, you just never know. And ain't a lot of them contracted through 343. It's not like they're not like...
Yeah, some are contracted, some aren't.
Yeah.
I don't know any of the percentages or whatnot. They also just have a weird system where they just like keep renewing contract workers for like years, so they're like... technically veterans, but they're not employees. It's shady.
Oh,
I would never work for them. That's for sure.
that's yeah, that is. It's kind of like those. What were those jobs called? Man, I can't remember. There's like those like I don't know if you're familiar with like those. It's called a deco. It's like a staffing. Oh, it's like a staffing agency. It's what it feels like. We're like, yeah, you're a
So
temp.
same concept. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're a temp. You can get all this seniority through not. It doesn't mean nothing. It's just like kind of like a smoke and mirrors thing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
yeah, I don't know, man. It's just I don't know.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing. Just hoping for the best, but I don't know, man. Yeah. Trying to think. Bu- 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 Sorry, I'm drawing a blank here. I got my notes, but I'm just literally I've been winging left and right. I mean, but I tend to do that, man. Like I try to write something down, but it's like I don't know. It feels more genuine just being off the top of the head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's also not bad too to have some stuff.
Who
But
is currently your favorite Halo creator?
currently my favorite?
Yeah. Who's someone you like watch almost every day, or at least a couple times a week?
A couple times a week. That's tough, man. I really like. I'm big on like lore, man. Like Hidden Xperia. I'll watch some of his stuff, and like it's just really cool to kind of like how he deep dives into like why this is the way it is. Installation 00 did a really good series where he was talking about like if he did Infinite's campaign DLC and he made like episode 1 through like 6 or something like that, and it was just like super detailed, super like I'm pretty sure he hired like a voice actor to do like voices and stuff too, and it was just like really like going above and beyond in that situation. Like it was just really cool to watch.
What about Twitch streamers?
Twitch streamers, I have to give like all like because the first Halo streamer I watched when I first started like even like contemplating even just playing Halo again was Real Life Spartan. That was the first person I watched, and I remember
I love him. He's so good.
dude.
I look up to him a lot.
Yes, I like that's he's like a sole reason like why like I started streaming Halo, because I was like
He's so positive too.
how much you could tell like how much he genuinely loves the game, and it's just like so like it's such a cool thing to see, like because I was clicking through it and I was like let's just see who's streaming Halo, if anybody's even stream Halo anymore, right? And I click on it and I was like Real Life Spartan. I was like no way, like there's no way. And I clicked on it because I could see the little thumbnail and I could see he had the armor on, and I clicked on it, and dude,
Yeah, it was him in his armor.
dude, immediate. I was just
When I
like,
first started, I was like, I don't get what the armor is about. And then as I grow creatively, I'm like, that's so genius.
yes, dude, it is.
It's so good.
It is. I don't know if I could wear it all day though. Like the way I give it to him, man. How long he wears it throughout the day, I just oh my god, my shoulders would hurt. I would just be like hot, burning up. I just couldn't do it. There's no way. But like him, and then I think another one's Nade God. His streams are so fun to watch too. Super interactive, super good guy. Uber Nick, obviously, you know.
Good old Nick. Yeah, he's like slowly becoming one of my best friends in the community.
Oh yeah, I love Nick, dude.
He's a great guy.
He's super dope. He's funny, dude. I just like I remember when I first found him, and everybody was like just spamming Doid, and I was just like, what the hell does this even mean? And I remember asking, and I was just like, he was just like, yeah, it's just, I said that's how I say dude. It's just like, oh okay, like cool.
Yeah, his accent. Well, I mean, he goofs it a little too, but yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think it's so funny. But yeah, I think those would be my top 3. Who would you say? Okay, well here, I guess this is another one. Who on your end inspired you to start streaming? If you had to like be like, oh,
it wasn't a Halo streamer.
Okay.
It was Tfue.
Tfue.
He played Fortnite. Yep.
Okay.
Because my perception of what a streamer was like ninja, you know, like people who are like very outgoing and energetic, and they're just projecting it all outwards, and they're like, what's up, Chad?
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, I don't have that. Like I can't be like you've watched me, like I'm not that kind of person.
Right.
And then I watched him play, and I was like, he has 60,000 people watching him play.
Yeah.
And he hasn't said a word in like 15 minutes. Like, I'm like, well, I'm not that bad either.
Right.
I'm like, I could do this. Like I would love to do this. And it's clear that I don't have to be like Mr. Beast, energy. Like I can just play and chat and have fun and build. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is a bit different than I thought was like required. So
Oh,
he was my
100%.
he was I don't know if it was an inspiration, but he was definitely like the reason I was like, oh, I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't have to be what I thought I had to be in order to be a streamer or a creator.
Because it's not really
So
like with him, it's not even like he don't have like that's just him. That's not a persona. Like that he's that's who Tifu is.
mhm.
Like I
He
like
just
that too.
plays and yaps and
Yeah.
hunts and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Plays and yaps. It's just professional yapping, dude. But like
Mm.
yeah, he's fun to watch, and I like how how you put that. It's like he could have like basically he could have a million people watching him, and he would just be like, oh yeah, cool, dude, what's up, man? Like it's just like I don't know. I feel like you create
Yeah.
that environment where it's like I kind of think of it this way. It's like however like it's like I have them people in my room right now, and they're all like waiting to take turns on the game. Like that's how I just imagine it in my head, and it's just like when you have all your friends going, like yeah, when you die, it's my turn. It's like all right, cool, dude, yeah, I got you. Like and I'm just still like, yeah, bro, I didn't die yet. Like,
Yeah. I will always be thankful for that,
mm-hmm.
for the eye opener of, I can just be myself and play.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yeah,
have to be that
super
crazy.
doing backflips off chairs and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and being like,
I
yeah,
show
man.
speed. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I don't know how. Like, I mean, even if I had that, I wouldn't. There's no way I could keep that energy going the whole. Like, he just took balls
It
to the
gets views,
wall.
man. He's got it clearly.
I guess I give it to you, bro. I couldn't. I got like a good like 2 minutes in me, and I try to space it out 4 hours. Like I'm like, let's just for like whatever. But like, yeah, dude,
Mhm.
that's a whole different type of thing, man. So like, you've only ever really because I know you played Rainbow Six, but like you've only streamed Halo, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So what's
All
your
but like 2 days.
oh only 2 days? So
Streamed MCC, and
yeah,
then Infinite came out, and I streamed Infinite. That was it.
yeah.
I've done 2 games.
So so this is like a common like this is when I first started streaming, and it's kind of funny. Like my friends were like, "No, don't stream. You don't stream Halo because that's not the game." You know what I'm saying? Like they're like, "Play Fortnite,
Yeah.
or play Warzone, play this, play that, play this with us." And it turned into like over time, man. Like it was just like we stopped playing together because I would choose. I'm like, "Bro, I gotta play Halo," but then there'd be like it'd be just a random day where I'm just like let's I can play games with you all. Like let's play something. So like
hmm
I guess
I have I have that with my friends group. Is they don't play Halo, they don't like Halo and whatnot. But the guys I play Siege with are my friends from high school,
yeah.
and we basically have this thing where every Saturday we play Siege. So I don't stream Saturdays. I don't do anything on Saturdays. That's my day to play with them, and that way, like once a week, we're still connecting and playing, and everything's chill and cool.
100%.
But like, yeah, achieving that balance
So do you think variety streaming is kind of
will
like
kill your career. Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, okay.
yeah,
Yeah, that's I mean, I don't know, man. I always feel like weird if I'm not cuz like I just feel weird if I play anything. It's like not really weird in a sense, but it just doesn't feel right. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Like it just feels something feels off cuz like I can't talk about like Call of Duty like I could talk about Halo. Like I don't have that excitement in my voice where I'm just like, because the whole time I'm playing Call of Duty, I'm just angry at the game because I can't figure it out. And I'm just like, no, dude, forget this. I want a Halo jump to top mid, like, whatever. But
yeah. Well, I always say like there's factors and there's reasons to why people watch you.
mm-hmm.
So like if I go on Twitch right now, I would go into the Halo category. I want to watch a Halo streamer, and I want to watch someone I enjoy, like watching is chill and whatnot. Like I like the person, I like the game they're playing, I like the way they play it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
If you change one of those three, then I'm just gonna go watch someone who entertains those three or checks those three boxes.
Right.
And some people are like, oh well, I'll have my core audience, so come with me and whatnot, and like, but it's like you will lose people. There are
Right.
people who just like you want to only do Halo, they only want to watch Halo, they only want to consume Halo. So if you decide to like go stream Apex 4 out of your 5 days of the week, they're not going to be there most likely 4 out of their 5 days a week. And then what that eventually turns into long term is they just leave. They'll
Yeah.
go become someone else's. That's happened a lot in the past year. Is or past 2 years, honestly, is people stop streaming Halo or they stop creating Halo content, and the fans who still love Halo and want to consume Halo content are just kind of like left wandering, and then they just wander into my chat or into Nick's chat or whoever, and they're, I've had so many people who were other streamers like regulars who are not my regulars because those streamers are gone.
Right.
So it's like you gotta, I would say the best way to grow is pick a category and pick a community and grow in it. Don't just try to grow yourself.
Yeah.
You got to grow yourself into a community. That's how you grow.
100%. No, it's. I mean, agreed. 100%. Like it's just like, I don't know, man. It's like I've tried to go play other games, but I always, like I tell you, I'm always find myself coming back and playing Halo, which I'm kind of there's only one thing I'm kind of gripe about. I tried to play campaign the other day with my buddy, and it was PC. I was PC, he's Xbox, and it was like I was like, start it up, let's run it, and it was like. You guys can't play together because they don't support crossplay on campaign. I was like, there's no way. I was like, let me start it, dude. Hold on, man. And I was so happy, dude. And I was like, and it told me the same thing. I was like, there's no way, dude. There's no way. But I mean, and he recently just started getting back into playing Halo too. So it's super cool to see someone come back to playing that whole game again. And he's like, dude, I'm getting all the achievements, bro. He said, that's what I'm doing right now. And he's like, we're going through it, comparing
the days
achievements.
Of gamer score. Yep.
Yes. Dude, going to playing Halo 3 multiplayer and finally getting 1,000 gamer score and getting the katana was like the most like satisfying thing. Or finding a group to do the vidmasters with. Did you ever have to experience that?
I got the katana and I got all the skulls. I didn't ever do the vidmasters because I, for whatever reason, had recon.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I have what you get for doing the vidmaster. I don't need to do the vidmaster anymore.
Oh my god, dude, that was such a, oh my god. I mean, doing the ODST firefight on Oni site was the worst. I mean, I feel like I lost 2 friends doing that. Like, I was so mad.
We were pretty good at it. We would just start it on easy and then just go for like 2 hours. Just slowly getting the way up rather than starting like normal heroic. Just work our way up through easy. And it was actually pretty easy to get there.
Dude, not for us. I mean, it was legendary, and like we'd have that one guy. I'd be like, "Come on, Kevin! Like, run over here, dude!" And then like the brute would just come through and just smack him off the map. Like, Kevin! Like, yell, dude, it's like so bad, and like it just go quiet in the party. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna get off for the night. I'll see. We'll try this again tomorrow. Except Kevin, we'll just tell Kevin we're getting on at a different time.
Yeah. Good old firefight. Yeah, nothing will ever beat ODST's firefight.
No, I couldn't. So like in Halo with Halo Reach's firefight and ODST's firefight. ODST, dude, I remember trying to throw a grenade the first time in ODST, and it threw me through a like loop. Like I did not understand why he was throwing it, like arcing it so high, and I was just like, oh, this is a whole new mechanic I have to learn now because the game's all like all over the place. Implied said Halo players really hyperfixate on Halo. It's got to be frustrating for streamers in the scene who eventually might need a break from Halo.
That's true.
Yeah.
I do think that when it comes to content creation, if you sort of have 2 mentalities where you can go, I need a break. I'm not enjoying what I'm doing, and sort of, leave, take your time, regroup and restart at a lower point when you come back. Or you can decide, how can I make this enjoyable for me?
Right.
How can I make the best of my situation? And that's really what makes, like when you look at all the creators at the top end, that's really what separates them from everyone else. Is there are people who are saying, the game's not in a good state and I'm not having fun. Let me change that. Obviously they can't change the game, but
right.
Let me change what I do. Let me mix things up and make the best of it. And so, like for me, I had that way back in like year 1 when ranked was dive bombing and my org was unable to find players. And the game was sort of falling out, and I was like, I'm not enjoying it. I'm not having fun. I have 2 options. I can just stop or go do something else, or I can find a way to enjoy the game. And I switched to big team battle, and I've been playing nothing but that for 3 years and enjoying my time. But I think there comes a time where there is a possibility of like you've tried everything and you just can't enjoy your time on the game and whatnot, and you go stream other stuff and maybe it is not for you, but
Right.
there's also the ability to make the best of the situation at hand.
Yeah.
And I feel like some people sort of pull out of the they pull out of the boat a little too early.
Yeah.
It's especially encouraging when you have a lot of other people who are in the community and they're like, oh, yeah, dude, screw Halo, come play whatever with me. Like, yeah, I stopped playing forever ago, and they're like
Mm-hmm.
encouraging people to stop playing. Like
Yeah.
that'll obviously make it harder. I've seen that recently with like two different creators, but
Yeah.
I've had splits with friends in the past year
Really.
where I'm like, I love the game and I have fun playing it and I'm
Yeah.
growing, I'm having fun and I'm exploring my content and learning new tools and this and that. And I'm like, every time I talk to them, they're not playing Halo. They're talking down on it. They don't want to create content. I'm like, why am I around these people?
Oh, 100%.
You
Yeah.
know?
I I agree wholeheartedly, dude. It's just like it just gets to a point where it's like you're not gonna make me hate the game I love because it's not something you want to play. Like you
Mm.
have your own gripes, that's fine. But like, don't like try to pull other like don't try to sway me one way because it's not gonna work. Like it's but like I guess that's a question too because I feel like every creator goes through it like at some point like it's if you rather you've had it or you haven't had it like there's been like burnout. Like have you ever experienced a time where you're just like, dude, I just need a hiatus, I just need to take us like even if it's just like 2 days to myself or a week because I'm just feeling burnt out, I'm not having fun, stuff like that. Like how have you ever experienced that, and like if you did, like how did you go through or go about getting out of that hole?
I felt that way before, but
Yeah.
I usually just ignore it because it will just go away. Like I work and I also go to the gym and I have a very healthy work life balance. And if I ever feel pretty shitty about like a stream
Mm-hmm.
or an event or whatever, I know that like, well, I'm probably just gonna go eat something, then I'll go to the gym, then I'm gonna come home and shower,
Yeah.
and like I probably won't even remember the stream, and then
Right.
I do all that, and I'm like, I'm tired, I'm gonna go sleep, I feel good, and then I wake up and I'm fine. Like,
Yeah.
just understanding that like it's not that the feelings are invalid, but sometimes you have to. It reminds me of the saying of like, don't trust your feelings past midnight or whatever. Like, whatever
Yeah.
you think past 9 p.m. is not valid. Like you always
Right.
see those like posts. It's like sometimes you just have to understand that like in the moment you'll feel a bit more emotional than like big picture.
Mm-hmm.
So just staying level headed about things is important.
Oh yeah. No, 100%.
Not just being like, I don't feel good. I'm gonna lose my mind right now. I'm gonna crash out. Like,
Immediate panic. You're just like, yeah, you know
yeah,
what? I'm over this shit. This is fine.
yeah. I think of it. Actually, so something I just thought about. I think about it back to the conversation of like, do you make the best of your situation or do you like wait to the next game and just sort of leave? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it's sort of like life itself, to where most humans, if you're pitched a shitty hand,
Mm-hmm.
in your come up, you're still going to try and make the best of it and grow and experience everything. You're not going to be like, I'm going to go, jump off a bridge, hope I get reincarnated as like a rich dad on a boat.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you're going to, no matter the hand you've been dealt, like you will make the best of it.
Yes.
And I see that as like I see that as a virtue to have as like a creator. Is you can choose to be like, this game is shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be back here in 3 years. We'll try it again.
Yeah.
Or you can say, this isn't ideal, but
Mm-hmm.
there's still potential here, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna make the best of it. And like I think back to when I got partnered on Twitch in season 2,
Yeah.
when the game was like hard falling off. Like we had just had 6-digit player count like
Mm-hmm.
3 months prior.
That was
Like,
insane.
like desync was awful. We waited 6 months for a season just to get like one map and one battle pass and like no quality of life updates. The game was basically season 1.2.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we'll see you for the next update in another 6 months. And everyone was just leaving in droves. And I was like, I can still work with this. Like the
Mm-hmm.
game still works.
Yeah.
There's still content to make.
Yes.
Like I can do this. So while everyone else was leaving, I was just sitting there working and figuring out YouTube and working on the engine and whatever else. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, and as a result, I achieved all these things in, the end of year one and early in year two, while everyone else was just leaving and going like, I'll try again next game.
Yeah.
So creatively, like obviously your enjoyment of the game matters, but as a creator, you have to come down to the decision of like, am I going to make this work or am I just going to quit?
Yeah. No.
And that really separates a lot of people.
Yeah, because you'll find like people that actually are there because they love it and they enjoy it, and it's just like the people who fizzle out are just like, well, it just wasn't for me. But
Yeah.
I still, yeah, even like it's, oh my god, it's so crazy. Like I remember, like when you brought up season one, dude, I remember starting the game up every day and having 3 game modes to pick from. But it was like quick play, I think ranked play, or yeah, I think it was called ranked play at the time. It's quick play, ranked play, and I think
It's like
big team
6
battle.
playlists.
Yeah,
Yep.
something. And it was just like, but I was like, bro, this is, I mean, I guess it was too, I've been waiting so long for a Halo game because I didn't really ever get into Halo 5 as much as I wish I would have. But
Mm-hmm.
I think I hit like 32 and I was like, yep, cool for me, bro. Big 32, dog. Like, I'm out of here, dog. But I mean, it was just, I going to school and I just didn't have time. But yeah, dude, the beginning stages were just like, because I remember they posted something and it was like there was like what was it, like 100,000 concurrent players or something. It was something wild, like active players at the time. It was some crazy number.
I think it was like 20 million active, or it was 20 million like players had played the
Yes.
game so far or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what it was. It was some crazy, like it never been done before, and I was just like, oh my god, dude, like Halo is like so fucking back. Like I was so excited. All my friends that played COD and shit on Halo, I was like, yeah, fuck you losers, have fun, playing COD Warzone over and over again, like whatever. And um, yeah, dude, it was just it was so awesome, man. And I don't know, man. I feel like too is like because I think Call of Duty it was Vanguard was the one that was releasing for Call of Duty.
I always forget that like exists.
I did too.
Like in my head, it was like, what was it? Modern Warfare 2019,
Yeah.
and then like Cold War,
Yeah,
and then
Cold
2
War.
and 3.
Yeah.
And people were like, what about Vanguard? I was like, oh yeah, I guess
Yeah.
there's a game.
And they made a
there,
World War
yeah.
II. I forgot all about that one too until like yesterday. I forgot I even played that. I was just like, what? There was a World War
Yeah,
II?
2019 was still riding the high of Warzone to the point where no one cared about the expansion game.
Mm-hmm. I kind of worry though with like Call of Duty because it's like I remember playing Call of Duty solely for multiplayer and how much fun like playing Search and Destroy with my friends was and stuff like that. And then it's like now it's just like, oh, Warzone campaign. Like nobody even plays the campaign or plays the multiplayer anymore. It's just all about Warzone. And I'm just like, fuck, man. Like, I guess that's why I'm so tied to the arena shooter style because it's like, I don't know, it's just more fun for me.
Yeah, I'm in the firm boat, unfortunately, that I think Halo needs to do that because
Really?
Warzone Warzone revived the CDL. Warzone revived Call of Duty right back into number one, like uncontested every platform every year.
Yeah.
Like Warzone rejuvenated Call of Duty, and that's the equivalent of Halo, releasing a battle royale or extraction,
Yeah.
main event or whatever. Like Call of Duty took a step out and said, we're going to go from arena to arena, but we're also going to have this giant battle royale, this supplemental mode, and it's not going to be just like a one-off playlist. It's going to be a big experience and expansion on the franchise,
Right.
and that saved them from going down any farther. Completely shot them back up to number one. It's like Halo needs to do
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that because these 35-year-olds we have as like our main aging audience, like they're not gonna rejuvenate it
Mm-mm.
when another 4v4 comes around.
No.
What we need to grab right now are the teenagers
Yeah.
and the early
100%.
20-year-olds, and they don't want to play 4v4 arenas.
No.
They want to play Apex Legends Battle Royale. They want to play Warzone. They want to play Fortnite.
Yep.
Like they don't want to screw around in a slow, methodical, high skill gap arena shooter.
Yeah.
So
No, and I agree. I mean, I was always on that train where I felt like wars like having a battle royale style mode in Halo or just any other like I didn't ever get a chance to really experience like Halo 5's Warzone, but I heard it was a lot of fun, like it was a good time.
so much fun.
And
It was
yeah.
also like really dumb sometimes, but it was really fun.
Yeah, and they said it was like a lot of fun and like but then when the whole battle royale thing cuz I think I remember Courage JD talking about it, and like it set just like Twitter on fire for like a week straight, like where they were just like just pestering people, being like, you got to do this, you got to do that, and people were like, Halo is Halo. We don't need don't BR. I need
Yeah, the
a
funny thing
battle
is
rifle.
everyone in Halo
Yeah.
is like, no.
Yeah.
But the other 99% of the world is like, he's right.
Yeah.
Why have they not?
Yeah. I mean, it'd been fun. Like I always thought
It doesn't even
a
have
cool
to be
thing.
a battle royale that Halo it uses to expand the franchise. It just needs to be something
Just a new
different.
game mode, something
Just
different.
a large experience that pushes it farther.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if it's that. I don't care if it's like Battlefield or some like linear asymmetrical experience. Who knows? But it's got to go. They have to do something and go beyond 4v4.
I could see an extraction shooter. I feel like that'd be pretty sick.
Yes, or even something like that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and looting digital AI off of a dude or something. I don't know, anything.
Yeah. I love Destiny, man. When I played Destiny was a lot of fun. I mean, it was just like it gave you like being able to do those like raids was so wild because it's like it took hours, but like the reward of completing it was just like you got like armor or a weapon, and it's just like yes, like you just were just like it's just that reward and high risk, high reward type deal, and spending 6 hours doing that, it's just like okay, well we finally did it, but like let's do it again, and it's just the replayability. I
Do
feel
it
like.
next week. Yep.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
agree.
4v4 can do well. We saw that at launch,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't have much replayability,
Yeah.
which is why even people who don't dislike Infinite
Yeah.
and like don't think it's like the worst game ever, they still love it and they still play it, but they play it like once a month or once every 2 or 3 months, right? It's
Right.
not a genre anymore that can capture daily player attention. And we already see that, I think, with Infinite right now. One of the APIs saw that like Halo's concurrent player base is in like the tens of thousands. But then if you look at, it's like, I don't know, like 10, 20,000 maybe. But if you look at like monthly concurrent, it's like way into six figures.
Really?
Right? Because it's like, wow, the game doesn't have people wanting to play every single day, every week. It's still a really good experience that people want to go play every once in a while and want to, just it's like Minecraft. You're like, I don't want to
Yes.
play that every day of my fucking life. But every once in a while, you just got to spend like 2 weeks doing nothing but Minecraft.
Right.
That's just what that style of game does. It's not a game that can capture daily. There's not login rewards and whatnot. Like
That's true. That
Halo
is very true.
4v4 as a genre is the same thing right now. It does not capture daily player retention
Right.
anymore. But we have a lot of other things in the industry that do. So
Yeah.
I hope that Halo expands itself a little bit because it will die if not.
Yeah.
The 25 to 35 aging audience is going to turn into 35 to 45 here in a couple years, and eventually it's just going to die out.
Hey, I turn 30 next year, bro. I'm in that demographic, and I mean, I get it. I don't know, man. It's just so. I guess it's just that part too, where it's so hard to like picture something. Like, I think Bungie's, which of course they just laid off everybody, but I
just saw an article that Destiny is apparently at its lowest player base count in like years.
Oh yeah, it's bad. Like, well, and like too, like they just released that. What was it? Not too long ago, like
Final Shape.
No, not final. I was thinking about the game Marathon that they're releasing the new extraction shooter they're working on. I guess like that looks.
Now, who knows if that's even going to happen?
That's what I'm saying. Like now it's like
now there's supposedly a Destiny mobile.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Oh no, man. But yeah, it's like, dude, it's just like I don't know, man. Halo. I feel like because I remember. Because they said this was like a 10-year plan, right? With this game, that was the ideal goal around it.
Those are hopes, yeah.
Because how far? What? It's been how many years now?
In October we are going to enter, or in November we will enter year 4.
Enter year 4 in November.
I mean, we're currently in year 3.
Yeah, I mean, with it, do you see a game, like a new game, possibly coming out within the next, I don't know, maybe year? I mean, not year, but probably like 2 to 3 years, maybe. Probably very
2026, absolutely earliest. Like if this CE remake leak thing is real,
yeah,
and it's just CE, then maybe 26. Because you gotta think like spinoffs don't take that long. You know,
Yeah.
Bungie made ODST in like what was it, like months?
Oh
Didn't even
yeah.
take yeah, it didn't even take that long. Uh, if it's a single player experience,
Mhm.
like that's it. They don't also go for like remastered multiplayer and all this crazy stuff and try to blow that experience out and make it live service and all that. They just focus on that.
Yeah.
Maybe 26.
Mhm.
Uh,
I could see it.
if it's that and there's also a multiplayer in works or whatever, depending on how much work they put into it, I'm realistically expecting game probably 2027.
I mean, it
But
sounds.
there's like a small possibility of maybe 26.
Yeah. That sounds fair. I mean, I could see 27 would make 27 would make a lot of sense. But like as far as like I mean, dude, the only thing that I feel like we kind of like, I mean, this is just kind of going back to Infinite as the game. It's like the campaign was, it was dope. Like I loved it. Like I think the campaign was awesome. But it's like, I feel like there's so much shit like we still don't know about. Like it's like,
Mm-hmm.
we don't know. Like I have all these books here, man. And I've read like probably 4 out of the 10 I got. But like, there's like the precursor. Even like, if you just dip your toes in Halo lore, you know about the precursors. You know about all this. You know about like just little small things. Like we don't, or the Forerunners even. You don't even like. We haven't even touched them in the game. Like I couldn't imagine a game where, you're fight like it's like sequel, like a prequel, and you're like the Forerunners and you're fighting Flood like in the early 8 days and this and that. Like that. I mean, I think that'd just be a cool thing to just experience, even if it's just like a little spin-off game. Because Halo 3
Mm-hmm.
ODST as a spin-off was just incredible. Like I said earlier, it's criminally underrated. I love it.
I man, the cool. I was actually talking about this the other night. We're in like a really weird but cool spot where Infinite's time jump allows us to like go back in time, go forward, change a
Mm-hmm.
lot. We'll have to see where it goes, but I have a hunch that they'll probably if this CE thing is real, we might finally get like a multiplayer only title.
A multiplayer only title.
Yeah, because there's no way they'd be like developing two campaigns at the same time
Yeah.
because the multiplayer then would be on hold for like so long
Yeah, that would make
if
sense.
they're gonna launch the multiplayer as like a like a unified experience like
Mm-hmm.
Infinites was.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I don't know.
So the
I don't know where
C
they'll take it.
so the CE remake, that's just mainly about the it coming to PlayStation, right? So PlayStation players can
I
experience
don't.
it.
I mean, I don't know what the goal of that is honestly.
Yeah, because I
I
heard it was
bet.
that.
I bet it's like to learn the engine.
Yeah.
Like they're like let's do something in Unreal because all the leaks are saying it's Unreal. Uh, let's do something in Unreal, and then like our learnings we transfer to the multiplayer new game, and
Yeah.
then they can do like Halo 2 and Halo 3 and all the practice and everything they get. They can port things into the multiplayer title as they learn and sort of a like two birds one stone thing. Like they can make a game, make money off of it, but also use all that to develop their next like a big multiplayer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that makes sense though. I mean, like it's like you said in the beginning, it's like, why would they be working on two different campaigns where, like you said, multiplayer is just
Yeah, I
gonna
mean,
be
who
pushed
knows?
all the way back.
Maybe they'll do something incredible, but
Yeah, pull off an amazing feat like no other. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. They could do it. What about a expansion on Halo Infinite's gameplay or a Infinite 2.0? So like,
I don't think we should have an Infinite 2.0. I think
mm-mm.
the game's reputation is pretty like dead, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they could revive that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that um, they could just continue to evolve it a little bit. And we're starting
Mm-hmm.
to see them get a bit more adventurous, like with the sandbox here, as like I talked earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And supposedly there's a new gun coming, the MA5K,
Yep.
according to leakers. So apparently they're finally starting to make guns, although who knows how they're pulling that off, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll see. But I mean, as long as I'm not too concerned with what Infinite does, as long as I just have like little bits to make content off and refresh and keep everything sort of fresh until the new experience, then I'm fine. Because the worst part was like Halo 5, where we just had nothing,
Yeah.
and then MCC was just us getting back the old games. Like there wasn't really much new to
Exactly.
it. There were like new armor and here and there, but it was still you were still playing Halo 3. You're still playing Halo 4.
Yeah, just
Still
higher
playing Halo
FPS
Reach.
and a lot better quality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't anything new or fresh. It's like little bits, but yeah, as long as something to hold us over until
Yeah.
the next game, I don't really care what form or how extensive it is.
Yeah.
Obviously, the more the better, but yeah.
Right. Man, I don't know, man. I've had, I think I checked the other day. I think I have like 1,400 hours, maybe 1,500 hours into this game, and it's
Mhm.
like I just, bro, I don't know. I just love the. I mean, the game's just fun, man. Like for me, like the mechanics of the game are fun to play. Like I hope they keep the same movements and all the other stuff. Like I love the G sliding. I love the sprint. I love, just like it's like just mechanic. It plays better than I feel like any Halo I've ever played personally. And I loved Halo 3. Halo 3 is like my overall all-time favorite. But I mean, like as far as like gameplay wise, like I feel like this is the best Halo that I've ever played personally.
You know, the AR is just like Halo 3, except it actually kills people. It's great. You just hold it down and it kills people.
You ain't lying, dude. The Halo, yeah, the new that AR that they have in Infinite is just insane. Like I pick it up in ranked play, and it is just so. I mean, it's insane. Like I'm beaming people from like PD to like B rail, and it's just like boom, that's easy. It's like there's no way. It should
I
not
like
do
it.
that.
I like having a good AR.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's more fun for the casuals too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, I agree. Mm-mm. Well, sheesh. You got anything else planned for the night, or are you just going to the gym doing anything?
So working on the broadcast right now with HCS, so I'll probably just resume that once this is over. But other than that, yeah, probably the gym around midnight. Got to
Mm-hmm.
make sure I'm swole, impress all the bros at Worlds, and then
Hell yeah.
probably just good shower and sleep. Keep
Super,
it simple.
super swole for
Simple
the
guy.
bros. Hell yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think I don't know, man. I don't think I really have any more questions. Dude, like I really appreciate you just coming on here and just kicking it with me and having a chat. Hopefully it wasn't too off the rails. I know I told you in the beginning. I was like, yeah, sorry. My camera decided to do a dive bomb off the desk.
No, it's all good.
I wish you could see the setup, bro. It's hilarious. Like I got my I got my tripod standing on an Elgato Stream Deck box along with the XL box, so it's like up, and it's just like it just went just barely even, the little movement just takes it all out. So it gets a little wild. But yeah, dude, no, this has been awesome. I really appreciate your time and just taking time
Oh,
out
of
of your
course,
day
you. Thank you for having me.
No, absolutely.
This is the second podcast I've been like the first guest on.
Second podcast. Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. No, I'm
Yeah, I
glad.
recently did one with Amy Saturn. She's doing her own thing apparently.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. I love it. I love it so
Oh,
much.
you just got a raid, dude.
No way. I've had all my alerts turned off, so I couldn't tell you what's happened in the past like 2 hours. I get so locked in.
Vicinity with a 166 viewer raid.
Wait, you can't stop yet. It's huge. Tell him to stay. You can't go nowhere, dude. This is it, bro. This is you're trapped in, brother.
Imp asked a question. He said, since Accelerate is heavily into engine research, how frustrating has it been being the leader in the content scene for that? I've never thought myself as the leader, I'll tell you that. But it's frustrating in my own regard because I wish, so I don't know if you were here earlier, all of my findings happen because of my frustration in the game. Like when I'm like, why is the game doing this? No one knows. No one's bothering to figure it out. I just go figure it out myself. It's like, it comes with an expectation of I always know something or know everything. And some people will judge my content as if I do know everything. And it's like, I knew nothing about computers. Like when Infinite launched, I didn't know about slip space and how it functioned and what job scheduling meant and all this stuff. And the tough thing is like making sure everything I put out is as accurate and factual as I can try to make it, even though I'm like by no means an expert. It's the frustration of like, I have to make content good enough because even though I'm not an expert, people are going to judge it as I am. And like living up to those expectations is tough. So that's why I don't really release much and don't just like spit out videos and ramble and be like, this might work for you. Like everything has to be accurate and pronounced, and it's tough. But I mean, I definitely don't regret it. It's nice again, as I talked earlier, it's nice to have people be like, dude, I watched all your stuff and my game runs really well and I'm actually enjoying playing again. Like, thank you so much. It's like, that's the best part of knowing that I make a difference that way. So it's definitely worth it, but it does come with its frustrations. So.
Oh yeah, no, I 100%. Oh, okay. I was making sure I was still muted because last time earlier I started talking and I was on a mute. I was like, oh, this is great. You know what, dude? You know what I even totally forgot to even ask you about, dude? I'm gonna edit it in at the end, but
What?
what's up with this? What's up with the banana picture, bro? You gotta tell me. I found it and I was like, oh, this is thumbnail. This is peak thumbnail. I want to know about the banana man, dude. This is what I gotta know.
Just knocked a contact out of my eye. There we go. So I did that with no warning to anybody. I signed up for a gamers outreach charity stream
Okay.
where it was like a cycle stream. So every 3 hours, the streamer rates the next streamer, and they just rate each other in like a chain.
Yeah.
And I didn't tell gamers outreach. I didn't tell the other creators. I didn't tell my chat. I just showed up in my time block, which just turned on my stream in the costume, like picture changed to yellow, alerts set up, all goofy, and it paid off. I was like the second smallest streamer in the chain, and I think I raised like the second or third most amount of money. Like I did great, but yeah, it was literally just something for charity, and that was like the biggest mistake because people still ask me to like do it again. Like, what are you gonna do with subathon? What are you gonna wear the banana cut? I'm like, I don't even have that anymore. Like, I threw it out. Like, it was only like $20 on Amazon, and I get another one, but like,
Get another
I don't
one.
have it. Like, stop asking me to do it.
Please get another one. I'm gonna say it. Please get another one.
Yeah, and I have that. Yeah, someone just acidic put it in chat. I have an emote for it that everyone wanted, and no, they still spam it to this day. That was like a year ago. They'll still ask me to do the banana costume.
Dude, I love it. Oh my god. Please do it again. You should. I mean, I would give an ungodly amount of subs just to see you in a banana suit again because that was hilarious. Like when I found the picture, I was like, oh dude, this is it. And like people were trying to guess who the guest was, and like, who's the Pokemon character on the left?
It came with some frustrations. The outfit was a bit clunky, and working out the audio and playing and lighting. It was tricky. I'll have to think about how I want to do it next time, but it's never out of the cards. And I think if I ever do a subathon again, which I eventually plan to, it'll probably be one of the rewards. So we'll see.
Okay.
No promises.
I can live with that. I can live with a we'll see. That's I just had to know. I was so mad. I almost let you go without even asking you about that. That is so. It's just,
yeah, it was actually it's a heartwarming story. It was for charity, and it
yes.
raised like $1,000 something. So it was a good reason. I didn't do it for clout or fame, but yeah.
Right. No, that's amazing, bro, and that's awesome that you gave back, and then you gave something else back as long with that. That's
the
amazing.
best part of that was not telling anybody, and even like the gamers outreach admin was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Don't worry about it, dude. Like,
Don't worry.
I got this.
Hold my beer. Watch this."
Yeah, dude. It's like banana, dude.
Banana, dude. I love it, man. I love it, dude. Well, I think I like asked, unless there's somebody in chat that's got a question. I mean, bro, this has just been an awesome conversation. I feel like I've gotten to know you more, and it's super dope, man.
I have a question for you. Have you ever had a bad experience with a creator?
Have I ever
in
had
this community so far? Yeah. Did you have someone where you're like, oh, dude, it's that guy. He's like really big, and you're like, I didn't really like that guy. He was kind of mean or whatever. Like, have you ever had a bad experience with a Halo creator?
With a Halo creator? No, I can't honestly say no.
Our community is just too perfect.
No, it's not even that. Like, I think
too good.
I think the only problem I've ever had as far as like that being the thing was like I felt weird going into someone's chat because I don't I'm not gonna say names obviously, but like I felt weird because it's always this thing that I have with myself, and it's just like an internal battle I'm fighting with myself where it's like I like I'll start a video and start to make one, but then I'll see that person made the same video, right? And I just like,
Oh yeah,
and
that
I'm
happens.
like, nope, I'm not doing it no more. He's already beat me to it. No point, because I don't want to be known as that guy that copied so and so, because it's gonna be like, oh, you just bite off the fucking same tree
Yeah.
he does.
Sometimes if the idea is vague enough, you can do it. Like when they announce like or like with the CE leaks came out, they're like a new
Yeah.
campaign. You know, everyone could make that. No one's gonna claim they're copying each other. But sometimes if it's too specific, yeah. Like I
Yeah.
have my buddy Carson. He was like, I was gonna make a sandbox video, but then you did, and
Yeah.
yours was be like way better than mine, so I'm not
Yeah.
gonna do it. And I was like, oh my bad, dude.
Yeah,
Like
it's
it
just,
happens sometimes. Yeah.
it's always that. That's the only feel. Like I never want to feel like this was me trying to do something different. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I wanted to, like I love playing the game, but like I'll talk about it for fucking. I mean, obviously I don't know how long we've probably been, like 2 hours or whatever.
That
But,
too.
like,
Yeah.
So like, you know, like I love talking about it. Like this is just me like stepping out of my comfort zone, trying something different, and just hopefully, you know, like I said, I just want to see more people that are like, because there's like the replies I've got, like there's been so many people that have reached out and like they've told me like they're what they do, and like it's just like super amazing. And it's just like I want more people to see what like how great people are outside of the game, you know, like
Mhm.
what they could do outside the game versus in the game.
No, I get it. Maybe one day I'll do a podcast. I'll just ask like really sad questions.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
what's
really
the worst part being creator?
the,
Are you lonely? Are you a lonely creator?
Call this hotline.
When the stream ends, are you sad?
Do you just look at your screen and just sob? Just
Dude, I'd
getting.
make the best podcast ever.
I feel like you would. I give it to you. I think you would. Asking just, dude, that would be hilarious. Just asking like just absolutely demeaning questions to people. Just being like, you know, like, hey, bro, like, just want to let you know, dude. Do you ever look at your, you know, face cam like when you shut it all off and it just you just look? At
Are you
yourself?
aware your camera's horrible? Dude,
Do you ever think your camera's
it's like that's
on
not even a question. You're just roasting me.
Do you ever think your camera's just like ever look at you and you're just like it just wants to like shut itself off because it's just tired of looking at you? Your mic
Oh,
cuts
boy.
out.
I could.
Yeah, no, you could. I think that'd be hilarious.
People have wanted me to do multiple things related to talking, apparently. So we'll
Yeah.
figure it out one day.
Hell yeah,
Maybe.
dude. Yeah, you could do it. I believe it.
The roast cast.
The roast cat. That'd be incredible. Look at this dude with his stupid shirt. Like just like man, I like this shirt. My mom bought this for me. Yeah, I bet she did.
Your mom buys you everything,
Yeah,
boy.
yeah. That's why your sleeves are past your knuckles, dude. That's why your mom bought your shirt, dog. Just going, just insane.
Hand me
shit.
downs.
Yeah.
What are you broke?
Was that your uncle's shirt?
Yeah.
I know it.
All right. It was fun, man.
Yeah, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming on, dude.
Of course. Anytime, dude. You let me know. We can do this again.
Hey, I'm totally down. Next time, hey, no more dive bombing off the end and, you know, all the
Super
other
late
shit.
start.
Super late start. Yeah. Hey, but I'm glad your shoes came in. Those shoes were sick, by the way.
Oh, dude, they're great.
Yeah.
My fresh white shoes that I will try not to get anything on. I'm definitely not wearing them to Burger King. Tell you that.
Horrible idea. They will get absolutely sauced in Burger King.
I bought brand new white sneakers one time,
Yeah.
and I had them for not even a day, like a night. And I went to a Latino Americano festival where it's just a whole bunch of like Puerto Rican food and all that stuff. And I
Yes.
dropped like barbecue ribs on my brand new white shoes. I got home and threw them out. I was like,
Oh my god, I would cry.
it's like, you know what? Bad hand, bad card dealt. It happens. Just threw them out. Just ordered another one. I was like, not even gonna stress over it. Not even gonna think about it.
no, just don't even look down at your shoes while you're driving. He's just like every stoplight, you just have
Yeah,
this
dog,
urge to
dude.
look.
Yeah, it's like, man, life happens.
Yeah,
It was worth it.
it is.
Spanish music I didn't understand and food that was delicious.
Spanish music
What could
is
you want?
so lit. I think when we were in Arlington, I turned on Spanish radio and like it was like I had this giant. Actually, it's over there, my JBL speaker, bro, and I was just like holding this thing like a boombox, just going crazy, dude. I was loving it. It was like every minute of it. I remember the song. It was called Suavemente. So if you know what Suavemente is, bro, that shit bangs.
Yeah.
So Yeah, no,
No,
dude.
this was just like Daddy Yankee for like 2 hours.
Oh my
Just-
god.
I had fun. It was good.
No, not Daddy Yankee, bro. I ain't heard Daddy Yankee in forever. That's hilarious. Oh my god. It's like a core memory unlocked. I love it.
Goofy.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna head on out.
Yep. Do your thing, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you again so much. I
Much
appreciate
love. We'll do this again.
You. Absolutely, brother. See you, man.
All right. Peace out.
Peace and love, baby. Wow. Wow, there we are. That was fucking Banana Brad, dude. No, that was Accelerate. I hope you all enjoyed. We're still gonna keep going. That was awesome. Yeah. Shout out to Accelerate for taking this and being the second guest. He was the first, and like we're revamping it, so we'll let him have that title. He's super great, man, and can't say enough great things about the guy. I appreciate shout out Licinity for the raid. Shout out I don't even know what's happened since I've been going, so but shout out everybody that's been hanging out. I hope you all have enjoyed it. I'm gonna be playing some games here in a second, but obviously I have to get my whole thing. Like my camera at the moment is sitting on an Elgato Stream Deck box, another Elgato Stream Deck box, and on a tripod. So like I have to do some moving around. So yeah, if you give me like 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes to reset, I'll get on here and we can just chat, shoot the shit, whatever. But yeah, no, shout out to Accelerate for doing this, man. It's super cool. I was not even gonna lie to you, I was hella like, because I didn't want to fucking fuck up a podcast, bro, because like obviously it's cool because you get to talk to some of like the coolest people that are in the Halo community, and you don't want to like leave a bad impression being like, this dude, you know, like here I am, I'm trying to get started and my camera decides to do, you know, an Olympic dive like straight into the floor. And I'm just like, hey man, I'm trying, okay? Just forgive me. But yeah, no, I hope you all enjoyed. We're gonna be playing probably some BTB open lobby or squad battle, either one. So if you hang around for a little bit, I'll be happy to play, do whatever. You did great. Yo, thank you. I appreciate that. Seriously. Thank you so much.